What is up? Welcome to this round 1 battle in the Norwegian Pokemon Premier League between Team Rumblefish and Brannette. Looking at these two teams, we see, first of all, Brannette did not go for bring its potential Mega in Mega Pidgeot. We see rather like kind of a sandy approach, which is to be expected pretty much. It has the Gastrodon, which I believe at least supports the team really well. On Rumblefish side, we see the potential Mega being brought, and we also see its round 3 pick, the Ferret. I still have no idea what the Ferret is going to do, so I really hope to see it this battle. It would be extremely cool if we get to see it. But the only way to find out is to jump right into it, and I hope you are just excited as I am for this. So let's just get going. So we see the lead here from Rumblefish on your left, with the double fairy lead actually, with the Klefki and the Gardevoir, and we see the pretty much kind of standard sand lead, assuming then it's Sand Rush, Excadrill, and we see the Klefki set up the Reflect as both the Gardevoir and the Tyranitar Protect, and the Iron Head there from the Excadrill right into the Protect. Pretty good turn for Mr. Jingly Jangles, Team Rumblefish there. The Gardevoir and the Tyranitar are both going to switch out for two other Steel type in Metagross and Aegislash. And the Thunder Wave comes onto the Aegislash slot, and the Iron Head goes into the Metagross there. Pretty nice switch by Rumblefish there. So we see the Klefki go out this time. No light screen for it to set up maybe. The Excadrill now goes for the Protect, and the Earthquake comes out from the Metagross, so we have to say that was a really good Protect. And we see the weakness policy on the Aegislash. This is big. This is pretty big. But it's paralyzed and it can't attack. Just have to assume that was a Shadow Ball going into the Metagross. It's gonna go back into shield form right now, and it gets the King Shield. Let's see. And we get the Rock Slide up from the Excadrill in the sand. No flinches yet, at least, as we see the Dark Pulse go into the Excadrill, but the Metagross flinches. That is huge. That probably saved that Excadrill's life from an Earthquake. Now the Aegislash is gonna be switched out, negating that weakness policy boost that it got. We see the Conkeldurr go in, as the Excadrill goes for another Protect here. Dark Pulse into the Conkeldurr slot, good switch there to avoid that. As we see another Earthquake go in, Protect by the Excadrill, avoiding that Earthquake, as the sand now goes down, so now the Excadrill will be slower. So we see the Klefki being brought in once again, as the Reflect is probably going to wear off pretty soon as well. Actually, we see now that it's Light Clay on that, because the screen is still up, and a Zen Headbutt goes into the Conkeldurr, which has to say goodnight for this battle. And we now see the Excadrill in now again, once again with the sand. Goes for the Reflect, although the Reflect was still up. Have to wonder about that play, but the Excadrill opting for the Rock Slide there instead of going for a ground type move, and the flinch from the Tyranitar there. Never know what he would want to go for there. Now we see Aegislash come in here, as the Excadrill will try to protect itself, and the Earthquake, probably a predicted play right there, comes in, and do we see if the Aegislash can get off an attack here. No wait, that was the previous turn, I'm sorry about that. I missed that. It came in that turn. This was the Wide Guard. Let's see. And the flinch from the Iron Head on the Hydreigon and the Earthquake right into the Wide Guard. That was a really good turn for Brannette right there. And he's just gonna keep going for Wide Guard. Let's see. We see an Earthquake here from the Excadrill. Also the Aegislash being protected from the Wide Guard. Dark Pulse into the Excadrill takes care of that. And Brannette is down to 2 Pokemon. And the Earthquake also into the Wide Guard from the Metagross. So Rumblefish now with a 2-4 Pokemon lead, and we have some pretty weakened Pokemon on Brannette's side. Also though on Rumblefish's side, so it's not over yet, but it's an uphill battle for Brannette, as now the Aegislash also goes down. Now it's really gonna be tough to battle back in this battle. We'll really have to see how this goes, as now the Hydreigon is being switched out into the Klefki, assuming it wants to not really do anything because the Iron Head takes care of the Tyranitar there, as the Team Rumblefish takes the first battle of this best of 3, and we are ready to just go straight into the second battle. So ready, set, go. Let's see here. We see the Gardevoir come out, and also the Klefki, the exact same lead from Rumblefish's side. And on Brannette's side we see Aegislash and the Latios, so switching it up completely on the other side. But the Latios will want to get out of there, it does not want to take an attack from that Gardevoir. Gardevoir goes Mega as it usually would, it goes for the Protect, probably predicting the Flash Cannon. Let's see what Brannette goes for here. Goes for the Shadow Ball into the Klefki, good play there, but Light Screen comes up and negates a lot of that damage. As now the Excadrill is in here again. It's gonna protect itself, as we actually see a double protect with a King's Shield as well from Brannette's side, as the Reflect also comes up on Rumblefish's side. Pretty good turn for him right there. Getting in his Metagross for free and getting the Reflect up. So here we see the Wide Guard again, and the Wide Guard Earthquake combo from Brannette. Probably also predicting that Earthquake right there from the Metagross, which we do see on the Hydreigon switch in. That's a play we've seen we saw many times in the first battle. So we're not really supposed to see it again. Now the Excadrill is going to protect itself, as we see a switch into the Tyranitar, taking that Dark Pulse from the Hydreigon, and the Iron Head going right into the Protect of the Excadrill. Excadrill now goes into Rock Slide mode, hoping to get some flinches off. Does not get the flinch on the Hydreigon, and also not on the Metagross, but the Assurance comes out from the Tyranitar, boosted by the fact that the Metagross was struck by the Rock Slide earlier. So that little damage that you got from the Rock Slide ended up being pretty detrimental for the Metagross right there. Now we see the Klefki come in again, paralyzing the Tyranitar, but Tyranitar is carrying a Lumberry. Although that probably seems too little too late for the Tyranitar, although it will be able to get a low kick off on that Hydreigon, dealing a good amount of damage, about 50% maybe. As now it's going to protect itself, as we see the Iron Head come into the Hydreigon, taking it down. So now suddenly we have a different perspective on the battle than we had last battle, with now Brannette being up by, albeit just up by one Pokemon in this situation. As we see now the Aegislash come out, which is gonna get paralyzed by that Thunder Wave. Hyper Voice is of course gonna take out the Tyranitar. It was singing on its last verse anyway. As we see the Aegislash going to Blade Form, and it's gonna get paralyzed once again. This is not good for Brannette right there. So now they're both down to 2 Pokemon, no switches left. We see another light screen come up. That's obviously good, because there's pretty much just special attackers out on the field for Brannette right now, as we see the Hyper Voice just tearing apart that Latios and dealing a good amount to the Aegislash, whose Shadow Ball is just not cutting it through this light screen. He's now going to go into Shield form. Like, I guess it's kind of a desperate move to try to be able to take that little bit of damage from the Hyper Voice Foul Play combo. The attack drop onto the Klefki is not going to matter at all, but because the Foul Play here will still do the same amount of damage. We'll get the boost on the Aegislash though, but we can only assume that it's not going to be enough at this point, as the Shadow Ball goes into the Protect. Still see a King Shield though, and a Paralyze, and that is probably going to be the game, because Hyper Voice is, even through the Shield form with the resistance, gonna be able to do the last bit of damage onto the Aegislash. And with that, Team Rumblefish on your left takes a 2-0 victory in the first round against Brannette in this Norwegian Pokemon Premier League. That was the most awkward ending I've ever done. Thank you for watching this Norwegian Pokemon Premier League battle. If you want to see more battles from this round, just click the logo of the team you want to see in action.